Yo, what's happening, Bulls? Happy Sunday. Hope you've had a good weekend so far. Let's talk Bitcoin. Bitcoin's about to have a massive move. Massive effing move. There is a big blue bar on the daily chart. Let me show you. Look at this. 1, 2 big blue bars setting in on the daily chart. One candle equals 1 day. You can see up there, one candle equals 1 day. So one of these candles is 1 day. When there's big blue bars, it means it's the start of a new move. It's pretty much a start line. A start line, typically the reds are a finish line, but they are dynamic and they do change often. The certainty is that there will be a move after the volatility contracts, which is on the blue bars. So when you see the blue bars here, blue bars means that a move is coming. Larger the time frame, bigger the move. So blue bars here, so blue bars here, blue bars here. Let's just show the recent blue bars for examples. Blue bars here and blue bars here are reflective up here on our gigabar indicator. So what this means is simply when there is a blue bar, the volatility has tightened, it is contracted. The price action, as you know, ping, 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 and it starts and then stop. New move begins. Okay, it's almost like fueling up at the service station, charging up if you're a Dragon Ball Z person, stuff like that. So as you can see here, in the midst of a big move, so this would have been reflected in a larger time frame. A blue bar was here, so it just had a little fuel up, bang, another bigger fuel up, wasn't enough, so blue bar reset, comes back in, grabs a bit more fuel, and then boom, huge move, huge, from 66 all the way to 97, massive move. Again here, the move begins, starts powering up, wasn't enough, blue bar reset, powers up even more, gets the energy that it needs to make this massive dump from 100k down to 70 something k. You remember that? That was a big one. Similarly, in this, another mid move knot, it's called a knot, another mid move knot where it comes and it gets some gas for another stretch higher. Again, this is about to reoccur, something along the lines of another move here in the form of a pair of big blue bars occurring. So we know for one thing that is certainty, and that is that there is a big move about to happen. When there's a big move about to happen, that's shown by the blue bars, very easy to know. So you can just simply find out, hey, look, big move is about to happen. It's blue barring. It's truly the easy part. Picking the direction is obviously the hard part, but not the hardest part. The hardest part is a good entry, sizing the position correctly, being in the right asset, and nailing an entry. What I can show you here, when we zoom in, is... look at this, here we go. Alright, look at this. So, very simply put, this is a massive bull flag. Okay, bull flag. The bull flag pattern is a famous pattern, one of the most famous patterns there is actually, because everybody loves an uptrend. Bull flag, typically expected to continue, trend continuation pattern. What has happened here is there has been a break of the channel and the bull flag. A lot of people, including myself, got pretty bullish. I still am, but it's a lot more concerning that we're blue barring here, starting a new move. Would have preferred to, break this, sort of retest, start a new move maybe there. But the fact that it has started blue barring already is concerning, because this can very well be a bull trap. Breaks the trend line. Okay, we're not the only, we aren't the only or the first people to draw a top touching trend line from here to here to here. And over the last few days, especially the 4th of July in America, where this, a lot of people are checking their phones, if you will. A lot of people are on their crypto accounts trying to trade, especially retail. They're right into it on these public holidays. A bull trap is exactly what would be nicely printed for them. So as this sits here after breaking up and getting lots of people to go long, thinking that, okay, it's on now, it can very easily grab all this liquidity and then come down. Where could it come down? Well, that's another question for a debate, but obviously another higher low or a lower low could happen. So these are one of those difficult times where it's going to be a lot easier for us to follow closely. Unfortunately, people just want to say, but clearly, again, we've got a channel mixed with a range, which is very common here. Where are we about? Probably about there. The range will sit. Just getting me my bearings right. Yep. So there's a horizontal range right here. You can see these areas are great for shorting. And these areas are great for longing. You can just think of it pretty much as a big old square. Look at that. It's a big old square where 99% of the price action has happened in here for the last 2 months. And when there is a range like this, you can more or less expect it to continue, which is quite unfortunate for the bulls realistically, because you want it to break higher. Everybody wants it to go higher here, right? But if you just assumed that it was going to just continue bouncing around sideways like this for the last 2 months, then you would have been right, once, twice, thrice, fourth size, fifth size, over and over and over again. You'd be correct. Eventually, this range will be broken, whether it's to the downside or the upside. But ranges do tend to continue. Gold is a good example of that as well. See, once gold reached these highs back in April, I said, okay, most likely going to start ranging. I drew the range a little bit large. I tried to encapsulate too much price action into this one. So I would probably have to redraw this. I mean, this is gold though, so we're talking about Bitcoin right now. Yeah, pretty much right there. Look at that. So you just drag it and it works. So gold's basically ranging now, and things do that. They range. Things just range for quite a long time, and they will continue to range. So that's a problem, especially if it's blue barring at the top of a range. It definitely starts becoming concerning. This was very bullish, like this, breakdown, this liquidation event comes down, huge strength, higher low, like all that. But now a blue bar at the top of a range, and after a break on above a parallel descending channel, it's very difficult for me to be as bullish when I see these signs of these like warning signs. It's like bull trap, fail to make a higher high, sorry, like on candle close. So bull trap above the channel, failure to make a higher high, blue bar at a top, blue bar, momentum highs. Like these are all warning signs. Pretty decent warning signs as well. Gets pretty cloudy here, as you could imagine. You can tell by my voice, so there's no certainties right now like people would be wanting. If we zoom in a little bit more, just show you another thing. So bring it in. Actually, let me see oh yeah, look at that as well. So I just zoomed out. Actually, one candle equals 2 days. Look at the blue bars on that. Like this is going to be nothing on the weekly yet, but see if you zoom out on the weekly, like blue bar, head fake, boom, blue bar, boom. So it's the blue bars, blue bar, boom, recharge, blue bar reset, bang. So not as big as the weekly yet, but it's starting to spread. It's about to start triggering on the 3 day. It's triggering on the 2 day. So you're going to get a 2 day time frame blue bar, huge. It's going to be a really big move when this actually does fire off. So knowing that, that you can put more size onto the position and prepare for a large move if you do pick something and it does get going. We can look at other charts to get a bit more of a gauge. For example, the American stock market. So the American stock market has blown my mind a bit. I was expecting it to continue this range. See how it ranged for ages? We said it's going to go down. Once it broke up here, we said it's going to come back into this range. And now it's ranging. Oh, no, it was ranging. And I was like, oh, it's just probably going to range again, maybe put in a double top. But no, it just absolutely shit on this. This is daily chart. This is one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green candles in a row on the American stock market, okay, and Bitcoin's just ranging. So this is another thing that makes me quite bullish, to just counteract the bearishness. Also, again, the funding rate going quite south. It's pretty much even, almost 0%. There's a lot of shorting going on, You can also see that reflected over here by the perp prices. So the spot prices are higher than the perp prices, so everybody's shorting. The perp price, the derivatives prices are lower than the actual price of Bitcoin, so people are shorting it more than they are longing it on some exchanges. So take that into consideration. I mean, look, everybody wants the cut and dry answer, and I wish I had it, but I don't. We're going to have to watch this very closely, because things are going to start moving probably in the next couple of days, and they're going to move very fast. They're going to move very fast. We can have some. Here we go. Look at this. So this is zoomed in, 1 candle equals 1 hour. So you've pretty much just got the price action's just done this range check. It's gone to the lows, it's gone to the highs. See, it's pretty much just done a range check. Now it's floating around in the middle. So what you got to obviously watch for is the direction that it takes now. And if it puts in a higher low, so if it breaks down below here, if it comes back into the 105s, I'm getting very concerned. If it comes back into the 106s, that could definitely just be like another higher low, because at the end of the day, it is just channeling up and grinding up. You do see this price action just grind up sometimes. It just grinds up, continues, and doesn't stop. But again, low, this could easily be higher low. A lower high. So just keep an eye on it. This is just one of those times where we just have to watch it very closely, because a lot of different things can happen. It's starting to look pretty shouldery. So just keep a very close eye on the Bitcoin price. Just again, like, the American stock market is fucking raging, and there is typically a big lag. There's been many times, especially in the last year or two, where the American stock market has rallied first, and then Bitcoin's just it's just taken a week or two, and everyone's just like, what's the go with Bitcoin? And then Bitcoin's just drafted around it and gone psycho. We'll just have a quick look at some altcoins. Couple requests from Marty. We'll just give it a real. What the fuck happened to that Ethereum? We'll just zip through them, and then we'll wrap it up. Just all charts today. All charts. Where are we? Here we go. This is Ethereum. Messy old Ethereum chart. If you've been following us. So Ethereum broke down, grabbed heaps of liquidity, is back in the range. So Ethereum's in the range now. Ethereum is back in this price range now. See this? Ethereum's just median full 2.5k, just sideways. So it's not giving us a whole lot there. It's just done a range check as well. See, highs, lows, instantly, boom, boom, and then it's just back to the middle. So Ethereum's not giving us any clues. Let's have a look at Solana. I've got to zoom out. Daily chart, Solana on the daily chart. Looks pretty bad. So you got the breakout on Solana, but well, yeah. I mean, it's a ticking time bomb here, right? So you've either got the breakout, the retest, and then higher, or you've got just a a high, a lower high, a lower high, a lower high, a lower high. You know, so this is a ticking time bomb. It really, Solana's got a couple of days to prove us wrong. This is obviously looks like it's consolidating as well. So these blue bars are going to start procking. We're getting heaps of blue bar alerts, like a lot of coins. All these coins, blue barring. Mana. Ooh, see, a lot of, one positive is a lot of them are blue barring from a low. Oh man, that looks worried. That looks. Well, they're not blue barring at a high. You know what I mean? They're not blue barring like that. See right there. There's a blue bar, like that's top. Some of these altcoin XLM, some coins blue bar a lot more regularly than others. Oh, nearly daily. Yeah. See, I mean, the blue barring, about to blue bar, stochastic starting to grind up. It's blue barring. One positive, right, is it's blue barring off like a low. It's not blue barring like up on a high. Like, let's have a little look at. Look at these blue bars back here. Before this one, see, it's not like it's not blue barring like there. See the blue bars off a low, sort of gets a pump. Blue bars. Anyway, in the weeds at the minute. Oh, I tell you what, if these, like, again, see, look, it's blue barring from lows. This goes all the way back to the start of the year. So you're blue barring off these lows. Boom, bit of a pump. It doesn't look like much, but that's fucking 70% right there or something. Blue barring off these lows, it's like, if it doesn't pump from here on these shit coins, man, it's like we're gonna make all new lows, which is harder to believe, but very possible. Sui, one candle equals 1 day. Let's zoom out a bit. Sui, yeah, see, Sui looks shit. It's still just grinding down in that channel. Look at that, hidden bearish divergence, just hasn't even broken. Sui's just getting sold, bro. Sui is just getting sold. Sui is getting proper sold 2 months straight. Nothing really good to say about that. Dogecoin. I mean, Dogecoin's trying to put in. Dogecoin's got a little bit of bullish divergence here. Dogecoin's got momentum on its favor. It is still grinding down, but it's at that point where it's trying to put in a low. It's at that range low point. We're getting blue bars. This looks a bit more positive. It looks a bit more like you could take a pretty risky long here, because this is a bit of a bottom forming pattern. You know, you do see that quite often. So that's a bit more positive when you look at Dogecoin. SEI Marty request. Where's the blue bars on this one? I thought there was blue bars. Maybe might be talking lower time frames or something. Bit of bullish divergence on the lower time frames. You've got a big range, massive range here. Pretty much ranging. I mean, if you're gonna long it like now, sort of not the worst time. Otherwise, you sort of just got like. Depends how good you want the entry, right? So you can play it two ways. Okay, so high leverage, tight stop loss, try and guess the bottom of the range. So you know, bottom just keeps going. Maybe get another bounce if you're lucky, breaks the range. Or you could do loose stop loss, low leverage. You know, 3x, 4x, something, have a stop loss down here. Or you can acknowledge that there's a knot, and then you can maybe just wait, and if price does come back down into this area, that's when you try and hit the long, because it'll be probably like something like that, and then tink. So at the risk of missing a good entry, you could wait, because down here in this big knot here, this previous price action, you know, a lot of time price dips its toe in here, gets that get that long wick, hits all those stop losses, and then comes back up, boom boom. So this is like a good entry, or you can just play ballsy now and just continue the range and expect the range. I'm assuming that you're talking longs here. If you were talking shorts, then I'd only want to short it when it's up the top of this range. As for hype's just crazy, man. Look at that. huge, just ascending channel, just grinds up the whole way for literally 3 months or 2 months, grinds the whole way up, and then breaks it, and then just starts grinding up again. Doesn't even give a shit about the rules. This is just like typical, not non-typical technical analysis where it just does its own thing. Look at that, it just starts grinding up again. Might have to zoom in a fair bit further to sort of get a bit of a gauge on hype. So if you're looking at price actions, same as me, once you start zooming in like this, you start seeing like ranges. You can box it out and that. Start seeing shit like this. This thing's a beast. I mean, it's easy to get FOMO and want to long it, but most likely, in most situations, you at least get a higher low, and that higher low would probably come in somewhere like maybe these. You got to remember that these markets are just built around hitting people's stop losses. So from May 31st of May all the way to 16th of June, so like 2 weeks, all these people that went long here most likely put their stops like around here. Got to remember the greed. Everyone's putting stop losses under here. Everyone's putting stop losses under here. Everyone's put there'd be like thousands and thousands of trades every fucking probably minute on a big coin like hype, and everyone's putting their stop loss somewhere, right? So what's this? This is just built to just take all these stop losses out. So you just start thinking, you see these pricing, and when people put stops on, they look for supports. But the problem is supports are meant to be broken. So if you're looking at putting a stop loss, you see a support there. This is where everyone's putting their stop loss, right here. So realistically, there's a very good chance that it'll come down and hit there. And what does that mean? That means it's a great time to enter. So really, that's where we should be putting our entries is under supports, because supports are like literally meant to be broken, in all forms of it, and the same as resistances as well. So keep that in mind. 20 minutes. Fuck yeah, goes quick, doesn't it? Peace and love. Ta-ta. Have a great week. Talk soon.